This is a special podcast presentation from 700WLW.com. This is Casey Boland On Demand.
Casey Boland, of course, with Hangold Capital Management, is joining me now. And Casey, people filling out applications for student loans, there's a new deadline to do that, and they should be starting sometime soon. But you say it even makes sense to apply for a student loan if you don't need the money.
Yeah, that's right. So some well-off families don't complete it because they assume they're not going to receive any aid. So you really should fill it out. I mean, number one, to demonstrate your ability to pay without any help. Now, that seems counterintuitive, but some financial aid specialists suggest families apply for financial aid to demonstrate that they don't need to qualify for such assistance because colleges and universities, they need to build a freshman class that includes families that can pay for that attendance, and the FAFSA form might be giving that student, your student, an edge.
The fact that you can pay can count in your student's favor. All right, then to qualify for merit aid, and I would not have known this, many schools won't give you any merit aid for a bright kid unless you have filed the application.
That's right, because the reason why is a lot of schools, they want to see if you can get financial aid first. They don't want the assumption that you think you're not going to get it because you may receive it, and they're willing to give merit aid, but they're going to require you to fill out that form in many cases to get it. Another reason, to give kids skin in the game via federal loans. Some parents, they want to make sure that their kids have some level of interest, some level of skin in the game, and if you don't fill out that form, you're not going to be able to obtain low-interest federal student loans. And, as a parent, you can always choose to pay them the loan off later on. That's not a problem.
And then you might not qualify if you just have one kid in school, but once you get to multiples, that changes things.
Yeah, it really can, because if you think about from an income standpoint, when you increase the number of children from 1 to 2, it's like dividing the parent income in half. And you may be surprised to find that when you do what's called the expected family contribution, which is off the FAFSA form, a wealthy family, you may qualify for aid if you have multiple kids in college.
And it might not be a bad idea to have the application on file in the event your financial situation should change for the worse.
Definitely. I mean, a job loss, hey, it happens. And if you haven't filled out the form, a school may not work with you. But colleges, they have some contingency plans, but that money is going to be limited and may give priority to students who've already filled out the FAFSA form. I saw a situation once where a family, they had filed a FAFSA, the student had received a limited amount of federal loans, and the family circumstances change. The family then asked the college for a professional judgment review, and the school financial aid changed a bit, which netted the son about $8,000 a year in school-based grants.